All right, everybody, welcome back to Skywatchers Radio, live again on the Dark Matter Radio Network and PSN Radio. With us, none other than a good friend, Dan Martin, who's been on the show with us before to talk about the apocalypse. Well, now he's on to a different project, and a really, really cool project. Dan, welcome to the show, and tell the folks about this free organic food factory that you're working on.
All right, Jackal, thanks for having me, first off. As we went over before, let me just run over just quickly for the listeners that don't remember or haven't heard. A little bit brief background about myself. I was an engineer for Boeing Aerospace. My wife was an engineer for AT&T. Both very lucrative careers. Sick of corporate America, consumerism, capitalism. Cashed in all our investments, sold 2 waterfront homes in 2 different countries, cars, jet skis, boats. Burned the cell phones, TVs, computers, and left society. 6 years, we lived 100% off the grid, self-sufficient. We didn't leave our homestead once. We didn't see or communicate with even one other person the entire time. No news, no TV. We made our own home, our own food. We grew our own food. Made our own solar panels and wind turbines, gray water systems, rate catchment systems, so on and so forth. So what we got going on now is... well, let me just kind of run you through a little example, a little daydream here. Imagine this. Imagine you walk into a restaurant for a nice, relaxing meal. You sit down at the table, grab your menus, and in nice, bright red letters, the letters F-R-E-E appear next to each succulent dish.
That's my favorite word in the dictionary, by the way.
Succulent?
If it's free,
dish?
it's from me.
No, free. Second, that's my second favorite word.
You know what the greatest nation in the world is, folks, right?
Freedom Nation?
No, donation.
Oh, well, that's it. Continue.
So, just free. Every meal, every dish is free. No catches, no hidden fees, no donations, no cash registers. Okay, here's another example. You walk into a local organic grocery store, and guess what? All the produce, all the seafood is completely free. You fill your cart with a little of this, some of that. Your total adds up to $0.00. And again,
well, you know,
no
as a big
registers.
guy, I must say this is something like Nirvana to me.
Well,
I like where this is going.
And I get, how could you possibly do this? You have expenses, you have profit, markup.
Right, how is this possible?
Right, and it goes back to exactly what we did. We had a large, after cashing everything, we had a large startup bankroll to purchase everything we needed to become 100% self-sufficient. Like I said, we produced our own electricity. We had natural and passive heating and air conditioning. We lived in a non-habitable free trade zone. We didn't pay taxes. Don't work, so there's no income taxes. We built everything ourselves, so there's no construction fees, no insurance, no expenses, no cell phones. We made our own fuel, no cost of gas, no mortgage. Once you eliminate all the expenses, there's no need to make any profit. You follow me?
I follow you.
Now, if we can do this on a larger scale...
Don't know if I can do this, but I follow you. Go ahead.
Which we are doing. We're doing it right now, actually, feeding a small community of about 2,000 people in a little village called San Pancho, outside of Puerto Vallarta. And we're growing all of our own food with aquaponics, hydroponics. And we're seeing about 2 times the production rate, 2 times the size of produce, 2 times the nutrient and sugar content, and roughly about 4 times the quantity due to an indoor year-round growing cycle. And that's with 99% less effort, 99% less cost, 99% less water, and almost 99% less loss when we compare it to current annual industrial food production yield rates in the same zone. And then we don't have
Hang on, I got to ask a question.
Sure.
You're telling me indoor, it's 99% more efficient than outdoor using the natural sun's rays with the cost of electricity. LEDs do consume power because that's actually something I'm more than familiar with.
Mm-hmm. And we get all of our power 100% free.
You get all your power 100% free.
solar power and wind turbines, 100% free.
Can generate enough power to provide enough LED lights for...
And move the water pumps.
Okay.
We're producing about 6 tons of produce and seafood a month.
I understand
to feed
it, but
about 2,000 people.
Okay, so my question then would be the enormous amount of money you need to construct the facility to house the lighting, the pumps, and the plants in would be your exorbitant cost.
We're looking at about $100,000 in startup costs, and we have
for how many square foot of a facility?
We're looking at building a. Let's see, I'll tell you right here.
Sorry, I'm a number country.
60,000 square foot facility.
For $100,000.
Yep, that's with 700 hydroponic bays, 3 400,000 gallon fish farms, and 100 hydroponic fed fruit and nut trees. For
$100,000.
For $100,000. You're talking about just a factory, just a shell, just a warehouse. We don't have all the amenities of sheetrock and plugs and nice lighting and flooring.
No. I'm just thinking about the cost of the frame for a 60,000 square foot facility. Just the metal enclosure.
Just the steel. Just the steel and the labor for welding and construction is about $30,000
for 60,000 square feet. Wow.
Yes. The land
who are you robbing? How are you getting someone to commit to that price? That just sounds amazingly.
It does, doesn't it?
Cost effective.
That's the current rate of steel right now per pound.
Okay, so you're factoring that in as the cost of steel right now, not even pressed or being formed into the sheets that need to be used to manufacture. Oh.
No, the cost of steel is sold by the pound. It's already whatever form you buy it in, I-beams, C-purlins, C-channel. It's just per pound. It's not. You don't pay extra for the shape you want it in.
Okay, I'm just still dropping my jaw at 60,000 square feet for that price with everything enclosed inside it already. That's just wow.
What do you mean everything enclosed inside of it?
Well, you're saying the whole entire facility is costing you $100,000.
The structure alone is $60,000. The what we're going to have to pay to have the hydroponics set up, the bay set up, is about another 20. But we are pretty much moving our whole facility from Puerto Vallarta to up. So we're just going to pay transportation costs on that. The land was donated. We have all the stock ready to go, all the plants, all the trees, all the produce.
Okay, so you have the existing raw materials to make this all come together. But so the actual startup cost is not $100,000.
No, it's only going to be 62 or 67. I don't want to. It's either 62 or 67.
But you're not counting in all the assets that are coming along with you to put it together. True.
You mean what it's going to be worth?
No. Well, you're bringing plants. There's a value to that. The LEDs that you're installing, there's a value to that. Even if it's something that was purchased prior, it still goes into the cost of putting this thing together. You can't tell me this whole facility is costing just $100,000.
The structure loan is costing $67,000. That's it.
Right,
we have the land donated to us. We have an angel investor out of Houston that's going to pay for all the pumps and lighting.
Okay. Now I'm seeing the bigger picture here.
I'm just talking about structure loan. Well, the crowdfunding is only for the structure loan, and what we need to pay for permits for construction and the labor.
All right, but everything else is coming along with. There's there's other external investments. In other words.
That's already paid for. The Kickstarter campaign is...
Tell us about the Kickstarter, because we're almost short on time here. So let's talk about the Kickstarter.
I'm sorry I went on a stretch on this. I'm just trying to understand.
We're going to get the same questions from the contributors, so I'm glad you're covering it. And,
I'm trying to be one. I might be one of the contributors. I'm in a generous mood today.
We really don't need contributors as much as we just need getting the word out there. Contributors can come later. We just need to get the word out there. We need to get it get everybody looking at this as much as possible. The place to go to is www.freefoodfactory.com. It'll take you straight to the Kickstarter. And we're already over $1,000 in the first 3 days with almost 50 backers. And still got
50 days to go. You got a lot to go. Yeah, 50 days.
Right.
Says
we haven't even started yet. So all the information's there. A great video that they put together explains everything that I just kind of crash coursed in, and some footage of our existing site. We have hydroponically grown papaya trees that are 2 months old that are already producing fruit. And I mean, you're talking 2 years on any other kind of tree before it even starts to produce fruit. And that's how we get these massive quantities of reproduction and
sounds exciting.
And half the time with, because the tree doesn't have to grow these huge root systems to look for water. It doesn't have to grow these huge root systems to protect itself from the wind and cold, and it develops all of its time into straight producing fruit. And you give it optimal conditions, optimal lighting, optimal temperatures, optimal food, and it's going to just straight grow fruit really quick and really big and really fast. No chemicals, no pesticides, no GMO. It's completely healthy, organic food. The only food that it's eating, the plants are eating, is the waste from the fish, and then that water is recycled, reoxygenated, and brought back to the fish clean. So it's a closed loop permaculture system, and we're ready to go. It's not a theory, it's not a dream. It's already in work. It's been in work for 8 years now, and we're just upscaling. That's it.
Very cool. And again, tell everybody again how they can find the Kickstarter page.
Freefoodfactory.com, or go to Facebook and find us at Facebook/FreeFoodFactory. And we just need to get the word out. We're not asking for contributions. Again, if you have to contribute, I'm not going to stop you, but really...
Well, you kind of are by asking for pledges on Kickstarter, but that's neither here nor there. Let me ask you, are you concerned with the Kickstarter thing? Because Kickstarter, if you don't meet the pledge goal, you don't get a single dollar. Have you thought about crowdfunding or some of these other sites like Indiegogo or any of these other websites like Kickstarter?
We looked at the other ones. They looked at the other ones, but they decided on Kickstarter just because it has a higher success rate. It's a little bit over 50% of the pledge of the projects that go in get funded. So we went with them. If we don't, we'll just try another method. And if it doesn't come to the United States, it won't come to the States. We got another place going up in I want to say Africa or Egypt.
They need food. They need food in Africa. Oh man!
The angel investor that's out of Houston is from Africa or Egypt. I don't remember which one offhand. But one of the conditions that he's donating the pumps and materials is if we can duplicate it for him in Africa or Egypt. So that's the next site. We'd like to do Detroit, where all these factories and warehouses are already abandoned and trying to give them away. Then we don't even need the $67,000. We just recycle a whole building. Repurpose a building.
That's an excellent idea, actually. That's a great idea.
It's not a bad idea. I was actually in Detroit recently.
And you put the people back to work in Detroit, too, because you'll hire from within.
Absolutely, but how do you pay them if you're giving the food away for free?
All of our staff is volunteers.
Oh, wow. In other words, no money going back to Detroit.
That might pose problems in Detroit.
Just food.
Dan, I hope this meets the goal, man. I hope wish you well on this. It sounds interesting. Again, this is something I think we all could benefit from, and I love free food, so I'm with you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming on the show. And again, everybody, check out the Kickstarter account and make sure you pledge. Even $1 helps, right, Dan?
All right. Oh, the thing is, even if you just pledge $1 and make sure you comment, it boosts us up in the visibility of the search engines. Just the $1 pledge. It doesn't matter the quantity or the quality. Sorry, it's the quantity. The more pledges you have with the comments, the more visible the campaign is. So yeah, just $1 will help.
Exactly. Dan, thanks for being on the show, buddy.
Thanks a lot, partner. Appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. That gentleman right there is Dan Martin, everybody. Great guy. And that's a great cause, man. It really is, guys. I think
No, it sounds interesting.
The idea is really, really, really cool. So much luck to Dan. Everybody check that Kickstarter account out.